Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Let's just jump right in. So these are my new my latest babies that I got from Lowe's that I'll be planting in the back, and I finally got an avocado tree, and that size was I think $50, which I think is absolutely worth it. So come, let's just get some stuff planted. These are placed at the end of the side patio. Different times of day get different sunlight. So I think it's gonna look really nice once all of it starts to blossom. So now I'm going to dig up this one right here and replace it with the one I just bought. But it look, some parts of it look greenish. Oh no. Oh well, it's not replaced. Looks nice. I decided to put it over here. So I think I'm going to bring this to Lowe's, because once you have a receipt and it's under a year old, I think they'll replace it. So I'm going to double check. A few weeks ago, I decided to spruce up the front of the house with this electrical box, which is between my neighbor and I's yard. I went ahead and got their permission to plant these things. So I'll give you an update in a few weeks, just so you could see what it looks like. It has sunflowers, impatiens, and marigold. So stay tuned. It's in the backyard, and we're going to do a little bit of work. Alright, so I don't know if you remember, over there was a pile of white stones almost as high as the retaining wall right there. And the same thing for over here. So I dug up the ones on the right and put it right here. So this is where I have the extra pots, and this is where I'll put the dirt and so forth. Most of this will be moved soon once I bring out all the vegetables. Sidebar though. Look at these. Anyways, so I think what I want to do is put the rest of them along here. But I don't know if I have enough to cover this entire stretch, because this is where the container garden is going to be. If you realize what I was saying, that it doesn't get that direct heat, it has a little bit of shade, but it still gets sun. But if you notice, like it has a little trench, like a straight line going down, because when it rains, the water just runs off the room. I love you more, my love.
What are you doing?
Making a video. And then the water, when you turn on the pipe, it leaks. I don't know if it's the hose I need to change or what. So right here gets pretty wet. So I think I want to do right here and just do it properly. I said I was going to upgrade it in the summer, but in the summer I don't want to do no like extra work, because it's going to be hot as hell. So I think I just want to do it properly right now and done, and then in the summer I just focus on maintaining. So I think what I want to do, I'm not sure if I want to use wood or cinder blocks to make a little border, but I'm more inclined to use the cinder blocks because I can actually plant in the little holes, fill it up with dirt and plant, and that would give me more planting space without having to take over more space in the yard. Look at this foolishness. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So this evening when camera comes home, I'm going to take the car and go to Lowe's and just buy it and do it properly, and then get, what you call it, the cover, the weed blocker thingy-majig, and put it down and fill it with mulch. I think I'm going to put mulch on top of it and then do the blocks. I think that's what I'm going to do. Just do it right and done. And then in the summer, when it's 199 degrees, because the devil clearly likes Texas, I just maintain. And did I tell you we have 21 fruit trees? Again. So that is grape, passion, blueberry, avocado, child, again 4 citrus over here, lime, lemon, nectarine, orange in the back, guava, mulberry, cherry, 2 banana, then my papaya, and these 6 I have peach, plum, and apple. And look how good the peppers look. Can't wait for the onions to come up, and the basil. I planted onion and basil. Already this is a purple variety. So it's coming together. And in the garden area I planted, the entire floor is going to be covered with colorful pollinating plants. Yeah, so not too bad. And in the girl shade area, looking bomb, thanks Uncle David and Auntie Denise. So
Mom,
let's get to work. So we're back outside now, and we're just going to try and figure out placement of these blocks. About 30, and it doesn't look like it's going to be enough, but if anything, I probably just let this work, and as the garden grows, then I extend the area. So we're just going to go ahead and put the blocks where we think we want it to be and move it around. I have to bear in mind the camera right there because they charge it every 2 months. So I don't want to put the garden where I'd have to put the ladder in the garden bed. So again, we're just going to move this, put them over there, and then once we figure out placement, we move it back, put down the weed barrier, always in the mix, and then we'll get things rolling. I apologize for not wearing a longer shirt and exposing myself, and it's just in so many clips. If I deleted all of it, then a lot of the footage would have been deleted, so my bad. It won't happen again. And I could have also prepped this area prior to doing this and make it look a little bit neater, but I was like, what the heck, the weed barrier is going on top of it, it won't be seen. So what I did is just to use my hands with the gloves and just flatten it as much as I could, and got rid of the real hard weeds that would have gotten in the way and make it a little bit more on level than it was. But it worked out, and I just wanted to get it done because there's just so much work to do. The prep work is ridiculous, and again, I started most of my stuff from seeds, so that's taking a minute for things to germinate and grow, and then once it's at a certain length, then I have to repot, and sometimes repot multiple times before I actually bring it out. So that's what's happening, and as I said, there's just so much work to be done in this backyard. So that's what this is looking like right now, but I think I've made a decision, and it might not make sense to some because the pipe is there and the camera is there. So I decided I'm just going to bring it all the way out to this thing that we made for the AC unit, and just end it where it is right now. And then if I need to get the camera down, I'll just move whatever grow bag is in the way and get it. Reason being, if I continue this all the way to the end, it's gonna make the space between here kinda tight, and the kids will be running in this area, and I don't want them to fall on one of these bricks or whatever. So if I stop it right here, I think this is a good stopping point, and it gives me enough space between there and clearance for right there. If I'm coming through with more bags of dirt or wheelbarrow or whatever, it gives me space. So it makes sense to just extend it from right there. But I think I'm going to put bricks right up against that pallet that we made for the cover, that we used to make the cover for the AC, and just do it from there. And then again, none of this is permanent, so I can change it as I see fit. So that's what I'm going to do right there, right now. And then the pipe is there. I'll figure this issue out, okay? I'll figure it out, but this is what it's looking like for right now. And then I'm going to put down the weed blocker, and then I say I'm going to plant stuff inside these holes. So yeah, so that will save me from saving money from having to buy a new container. I tell you, prior to having kids, I would have been moving so much faster and lifting these things with no issue. But this back-to-back pregnancy, I'll tell you again, did a number on me, took a toll. My pelvic is still not right, my hip is just ridiculous, and after this I had to take a sit down, a long sit down, put my feet up before I could move again, because this was hard work. And in the past, this was pretty easy. I would have knocked this out pretty quickly. But again, I'm doing this primarily by myself because my mom is not able to help as much as she used to, because her work schedule has changed, and that's okay. So I'm doing it a little bit at a time, and that's why I said there's just so much to be done before I get the the veggie garden out, because I just want it to be a perfect space. For the garden, I want to have a decent space, and I also want it to be decent for the girls. So I'm trying to figure out a way to balance everything, where I have enough space for my garden, enough space for the girls to run around, and for us to do whatever else without it feeling crowded, because it is not a large space, but we live here. This is our home, so it has to function for everybody that lives in the home. And everything I'm doing, I'm going to include the girls. So yeah. I really like this weed barrier, and what I love even more is that it wasn't expensive. It was $20-something. It's pretty thick, and I like the material underneath as well. Now, of course, I did get this idea from YouTube. I watched a couple of videos and saw that somebody did this. But one of the reasons, again, I mentioned it several times, why I chose to do cinder blocks instead of the wood is because all these little holes I will be planting stuff for companion planting. So I will be doing some marigold, whatever else. I'll be doing some dill, basil and stuff like that I don't necessarily, I'll be doing the veggies that I don't necessarily eat but are good for companion plants, which means it's good to ward off pests and so on and so forth. So it's a win-win for me, because again, that will keep me from having to buy more pots, because everything has gotten so expensive. It's ridiculous. And even though I have pots at the side, for some reason I think this garden is going to extend beyond that, so this is going to help out a lot. Progress has been made, so this is what it looks like now. So I'll just try and contain my veggie garden to this little area. So next I'm going to add the mulch. Remember I had bought 5 bags for $10. I think I'm going to need to buy some more. So we're just going to go ahead and do some tidy up now. So I have 8 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 or 9 blocks extra. I can return them and get back my money, but I don't know yet. Let's see. I might make a smaller bed right there. I don't know yet. But yeah, that's tidy enough to do. So as I said, I decided not to go all the way here. So I think I'm just going to put 2 of my fruit trees over there and call it a day. Not sure you can see how wide it is. But yeah, I'm going to take this avocado tree. Ooh. Ooh. Put it here. Right here, need to weed. Ooh. Fix a little bit. That's just going to be its temporary replacement. Also these, because as you know, the grape is going to need a trellis. So I'm just putting everything right here. Hold on, Miss Miserable, come in, Mama. Trying to tidy up, honey. Gonna put them here, and I'll fix them in a bit. But just to get it out of the way right here. So much to do. So much to do. Place look chaka, but it's all come together. Every time I edit these videos, I'm in complete shock that this is me. I have a garden, I'm gardening, I'm an outdoor girl. This is ridiculous because I remember watching my mother doing this as a child and I had zero interest. I would always wonder why was she out there so long, and I was hungry, sometimes dinner was delayed. But look at me, stuck and stupid. But I love it, you know, but it has been placed on my heart for the last 2-3 years to grow my own food. I don't know where it came from, but it was placed on my heart heavy. And then every time I started, I got pregnant, so that was that. But now that the kids are out and there's no more coming, never ever again, I think it's time. This is where we're ending today. The 5 bags worked. The 5 bags are right here. It's just a temporary setup. And again, I'm going to plant stuff in the holes of these bricks. So I'm going to rest my containers on top of the mulch. This too is temporary. I'm just wanting to put the block somewhere. Yeah. So this should be a nice little space for me to grow my vegetables, in addition to my 21 fruit trees that I have here. And this is what the yard looks like. It's coming along. Coming along nicely. Hopefully I'll be done in a few weeks. As I say, I want to finish with all the hard labor before summer. Summer I just want to maintain, not build, not move around anything, just maintain. That's it today. So I think my aim is to fill these right here with dirt on both sides, and I'm going to plant some stuff in the holes. Not these ones, I'm going to leave these for my veggies, but I think what I'm going to plant in here are sunflower seeds and some other seeds, probably pollinating seeds or something of the sort, but we will see. And while I'm making a video, and here are my seeds. I have way too many seeds, if you ask me. Way too many. probably put some onions in those holes as well, maybe 1 onion per hole, and see what happens. Miss Naomi always in the mix, man. I wish for you guys, especially somebody who is going through something, I wish you the amount of joy that Naomi was born with and the amount of joy that she gives each and every single person that she meets. Man, this little girl is such a blessing, and I hope watching or seeing her brightens your day or makes your day better in some way, because it sure does for us. And to think Nyla is equally blessed, equally joyful, and just so refreshing. Man, we got lucky. I love you too. Ow. Come, be careful. Alright, so let's be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing. But I do know, on this side and this side, I want to plant some sunflower seeds. That I know for sure. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And in a few seconds I need to figure out what else. But I think I'm going to plant maybe basil and some onions. I don't even know if that's a thing, but that's what I'm going to do anyway. So I don't know how many sunflower seeds. I don't know if I'm to do it just here, or if I'm to do it in both spaces, or do it here and here. Again, I don't know. Let's see. Decided that I'm going to make this just be flowers on both sides with the magnolia, the zinnia, that ASS word, whatever it is, just all flowers that are beneficial to the garden, of course, and just replicate it on the other side. So these two, I have sunflower, and I'm just going to fill the rest of these up with garden, with flowering stuff. So let's be clear, I'm not planting these stuff all willy-nilly. They're either pollinator attractors, pest repellents, or nitrogen fixers. So essentially they're all beneficial to the garden, plus they're pretty. So that's a win-win. Again, I don't see, I've not watched any videos where anybody did this. This is just what I'm choosing to do right now. Because as I say, I want and these are all, again, beneficial to the garden and stuff. And I see a lot of people that plant them either in the pot of whatever the vegetable, or in the ground or something. But again, this is my garden, my rules, so this is how I'm doing it. And I just want a good balance of the greens and colors and all of that, because aside from the fact that I want it to be practical, edible, I want it to be pretty. So hopefully this works. We shall see. And I have the little labels. I'm just going to go ahead and label them when I'm done to make sure I know what is planted where. And I thought there were more seeds, so I thought I was able to replicate what's over there, but I won't. So the only thing I'll be able to do for sure over there is the zinnia, because I have lots of that, and the sunflower seeds. Everything else is going to be different, but that's okay. Alright, again, sunflower, that's lavender, and sunflower again in the back. So hopefully they all take, and it just looks real beautiful. So we're going to go over the other side now and do the same thing. Again, the first and the last has sunflower, and these are the flowers in that. I think I'm going to save that and for some marigold. So I'm going to go on the road now with Naomi. I'm going to buy some marigold, and I have 4 tomato plants in the front. I'm going to bring them around and put my broccolis over here. But then I need to start planting some basil, parsley, dill, and other stuff like that. Good companion planting. So yeah, I'm going to leave now and go do that. But it's gonna look pretty, can you imagine it? Buy the bulletin, buy thyme and mint from Lowe's. My heart just a race. I never want to pay this price, but for the life of me, all of them I'm start from seed. Just don't take for whatever reason. So this is it. This is the only thing I'll buy from Lowe's this year. As it relates to seedlings, because it got expensive, and buy more dirt. So going home to pot up some stuff. I'm back, but I bought an unhealthy or unrighteous amount of seeds. It's ridiculous. The plan was to Well, the plan was to spend $12 because you know you get 4 packs for $1.25. Look at this madness. But I got what I wanted, so that's most important. So let me just go ahead and finish up this little area with the marigold as intended. What happened? And then label this. I'm labeling it because I want to know. So if I like them, I'll replant them. So let's see. I'll say again, every time I watch these videos, I have to laugh because I saw my mother doing this growing up and I didn't ever think I'll be in this position. But now doing these things with my girls, even though I get annoyed sometimes because it makes things go a little bit slower than it needs to, I'm just so grateful because I remember praying for days like these. I didn't know what exactly the days were going to look like, but if I were to close my eyes now and envision it, this would be it.